The Menendez brothers, a controversial family tragedy. Did they really kill their parents in cold blood? The Menendez brothers, Lyle and Eric, became infamous in the 1990s after being charged with the brutal deaths of their wealthy parents, Jose and Kitty Menendez. But was this a calculated act of greed, or was there something much darker behind their actions? On the night of August 20th, 1989, the luxurious Menendez family home in Beverly Hills became the scene of a gruesome crime. Jose and Kitty were found shot multiple times in their living room, the brutality shocking even seasoned investigators. The brothers seemed devastated when police arrived, claiming they had discovered their parents' bodies after returning from a night at the movies. However, as detectives dug deeper, inconsistencies in their stories began to surface. At first, authorities didn't suspect Lyle and Eric. There was no evidence of forced entry, and nothing appeared stolen from the home. It seemed like a possible mob hit, given Jose Menendez's high-profile business dealings. But soon, the brothers' extravagant behavior raised red flags. In the months following their parents' deaths, Lyle and Eric spent enormous sums of money, purchasing luxury cars, expensive clothes, and even a restaurant. While inheriting millions, their reckless spending was hard to ignore. Investigators began to question whether their grief was genuine or if they were simply celebrating their newfound fortune. For months, the case remained unsolved until Eric Menendez made a shocking confession to his psychologist, Dr. Jerome Oziel, admitting that he and Lyle were responsible. When the tapes of these sessions reached the authorities, the brothers were arrested in 1990. Prosecutors argued that they had committed the crime to inherit the family's wealth, portraying them as cold-blooded killers. But when the defense presented their case, a disturbing narrative emerged. Lyle and Eric alleged they had endured years of mistreatment at the hands of their father, describing a household ruled by fear. They claimed their mother, Kitty, was emotionally unstable and unable to protect them. The defense argued that the murders were not motivated by greed, but rather an act of desperation by two young men who saw no other way out. The first trial in 1993 became a media sensation, with the nation divided. Some saw the brothers as victims who had suffered unimaginable trauma, while others believed they were ruthless criminals manipulating the truth. During the trial, the brothers' emotional testimonies painted a horrifying picture of life inside the Menendez household. They claimed their father was a controlling and abusive man, while their mother turned to alcohol and prescription drugs, creating an unstable environment. The defense argued that the years of mistreatment led to a breaking point where the brothers believed their lives were in danger. Their supporters saw them as victims who snapped under unbearable circumstances. The prosecution, however, saw it differently. They pointed out that the brothers had plenty of opportunities to seek help or escape, but instead chose to kill their parents. They highlighted the excessive nature of the attack. Jose and Kitty were shot multiple times, including execution-style shots that suggested premeditation. Furthermore, their extravagant spending spree after the murders raised doubts about their claims of acting out of fear. To many, it seemed like they were enjoying their wealth rather than mourning a lifetime of trauma. When the jury failed to reach a verdict, a retrial was held in 1996. This time, with much of the abuse testimony restricted, the brothers were found guilty of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison without parole. Even decades later, their case continues to spark debate. Were Lyle and Eric victims who acted in fear, or did they commit a senseless crime for money and freedom? Public opinion has shifted over the years, especially with growing awareness of psychological trauma and its effects. Some believe the brothers received an unfair trial, while others argue that justice was served. In recent years, the Menendez case has gained renewed attention on social media, with many advocating for their sentences to be reconsidered. Regardless of where the truth lies, the Menendez case remains one of the most controversial family tragedies in American history. What do you think? Was justice served, or was this a case of a broken system failing to protect those in need? Let us know in the comments. If you found this story fascinating, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more true crime mysteries.